Alright, hello everybody. We are back for another push day. I rest day yesterday. I'm feeling pretty fresh. So we've done push, pull, rest, push, legs. That is the split. Rest, rest. That is the split we're gonna be running for a while. So rest day yesterday, I did abs, forearms, and calves. We've gone from having 2 leg days a week, which was obviously calves twice a week as well, to now only one. And I got a little bit carbs, so just on my rest days, or rest day, I guess, rest day being Thursday, do some carbs and abs, and then another rest day will be Sunday. We'll come and do some abs and potentially carbs then as well, but carbs will be on Saturday, so probably not. So it will not be abs twice a week, carbs twice a week, push twice a week, pull once, legs once. A little skeptical about the pull once, but we'll see. It was a nice heavy pull day. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It was a bit just before this one. The long one, that. So today I've actually got 2 hours and 25 minutes before my next client. I'm a PT. I work here in this gym. And I train between clients, so I book myself about 2 hours typically to get a session and eat. But today I've had a cancellation, so I've got some extra time. And I've spent much of that time just kind of fucking sitting around trying to get my head in the game, man. Admiring the view. Beautiful weather we're having here in England. Beginning of July, bang on the middle of summer. So nice to see. Fucking hell. But yeah, I'm not here for the weather, I'll tell you that. I'm here for bodybuilding. Man. So today we bodybuild. Just check it out, man. So last push day was very short. It was push and biceps, wasn't it? So it was very short. It was like 3 main push movements. Today, a little bit longer. Can do mostly delts, or not mostly delts, a little bit of delts. Start with the lateral raises. Then boom. Then go to another incline press. I did a high incline Smith early in the week. I might do a normal incline on the Smith. I do like the Smith. So I use 60 degrees on the bench for my high incline. I'll probably use 45 for a normal incline. Prefer that to a 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 30 degrees. After that will be another lateral raise, like dumbbell lateral raise. And then cable fly, so another chest movement, and then some triceps. We'll probably do like push downs, and then some dips, and then like an overhead. Get a nice big stretch on the triceps. And that'll be it. Alright, so I'm going to finish my little flap around with these dumbbells warming up, and I'll see you on the table. Got my cuffs. Let's do this shit. Oh. Wow. Oh, yeah, that was sick. Definitely gonna go lighter. So what I'm trying to focus on with these is as I'm coming down, I'm really like trying to put the weight down. So stretching, boom, fully relaxed. I'm really trying to reach, imagining I'm putting it down, and bang, I'm picking it up. Put it down, stretch, bang. Try to rip it up as aggressively as I can. I like to keep most of my concentric movements aggressive, like boom, explosive, and then my eccentric, I'm putting weight back. Just control it and lower it down. Hold that big stretch, and bang, explosive out of it. I found I was doing it kind of slow both ways for a while, like slowly pulling up or curling or whatever it was. And for me, it just lacks that kind of urgency, that intensity that you really need to get the muscle fucking firing. It could be an argument for maybe your first couple of reps, slow, concentric, And as it gets heavier and more fatiguing, to get more bang explosive with it as the fibers are. Alright, could probably be an argument for that. Me, I like to try to keep it in uniform. It helps me stay in the zone. I like the aggression, I like the explosiveness, man. So it's one set, maybe just one more. You drop the weight a little bit. So we get on. Easy. Yep. Oh, good. Good. Come on. Hey. Uh, oh, okay. That was sick, but I'm gonna do one more. Come on. Good. Come on. Oh, fuck. That was better. Well, better. Alright. Incline press. Let's see. Alright, dudes. Here we are. We're at a dumbbell incline press. To be honest with you, I fucked around this with the machine for a little while. So I was going to be doing Smith presses, but I just could not get it to feel good. Just didn't feel right, man. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it doesn't feel right. So I prefer not to push through a movement that doesn't really feel right. Obviously, you get to train the muscle at the end of the day. It's just move weight from A to B. So while I got the luxury of time today, to be honest, and the gym's pretty quiet, I'm like, cool, fuck that off. Grab some dumbbells, the dumbbells felt much better. So here we are. Boom, dumbbell press. We put up 44 kilograms on a high-ish incline press, 45 degrees. I like to operate on 45 to 60 degrees on the bench. Those are my two favorites for high incline and incline. Sometimes a 30-degree incline, which is your standard, like most fixed benches will be fixed at 30 degrees. But I just prefer the contraction a little bit higher up. 45 degrees is what we've got today. Nothing else to it. That's it. Oh, fuck. Wow. Hey, that was good. It's probably what I expected. I like my heavy sets to be like 5 to 7. That was a 7, and it felt good. I think I'm going to do that again. Yeah, so as you've heard me say, if you're training hard enough into failure, it's an important part. If you're training to failure, you shouldn't be able to match your reps in the same weight if you do it again. So I got 7 on that. That was to failure. I will not be able to get 7 again on this weight. So I do think doing it again is ambitious. Hoping for 5, maybe 6 at a push. And then I'll drop down and do a little bit lighter, probably for like an 8 to 10. So 3 heavy working sets on this exercise. But yeah, I do think hitting 7 and doing the same weight again at failure is a little bit ambitious. But it feels good, man, and I want to do what feels good. So let's see it. Come on. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's fine. One more set, a little bit lighter.
Okay, so right about this time, my microphone died, which is probably a blessing, man, because let's be honest, my microphone is shit. Okay, I went to a back off set here, dropped the weight by about 6 kilos, and just went for as many as I can. So I think I got 8, which was probably rep or 2, 3 maybe, shorter than what's perhaps optimal. But like I've been saying, if it feels good, do it. Do what feels good. And that felt very good. Okay, next up, we moved on to chest flies. So I actually do my chest flies a little bit more like a press, as you can see. As I'm coming back with the weight, I'm very much bending my elbows to what feels like the most comfortable position. A lot of the time when people read flies or see flies, they try and stretch as wide as possible with the hands. For me, that ends up putting a little bit of discomfort through the shoulders and a little bit of stress on the biceps as well. Obviously, as you straighten your arms, your biceps are going to come into play to keep your elbows bent and comfortable. So what I like to focus on with my flies is really just bending like as far as feels comfortable at the bottom and not focusing too much on like, oh, it's a fly, so go wide. So yeah, looks a little bit like a press, but I promise you it feels like a fly. These are also, I said this at some point, these are one of my favorite chest exercises. Definitely one of my favorite chest exercises. I think the contraction for me is just super on these. I mean, I guess while I'm speaking over, I can break down a little bit of my setup here. So obviously I've got a bench behind me. So I'm sitting on a bench and I've got a plate on the floor behind the bench. So you can see there is no chance of that bench moving. So everything's locked in place and everything is stable. I don't like to do cable flies standing. I feel like, especially the way I train, I like to train to failure. I feel like I need to train to failure for my mind, mostly. Keeps me honest. I think if I'm training with like reps in reserve, I can back out and be a little bitch sometimes. So, yeah, keeps me firmly locked in place. I can just focus on moving the muscle. I've got the cable set up just below my shoulder. So a slight incline press on this, it seems. And yeah, whatever is most comfortable. I will preach that until the cows come home. Whatever is most comfortable is going to be what's best for you. There's no point in doing something uncomfortable that doesn't fit your physique or your the way you are built. Obviously, you want to be training muscles, not just moving weight from A to B. So you've got to make sure it's comfortable and fits you. Yeah. So this is my third set. It is a lighter weight, so I did pretty common theme for me is I'll do 2 heavy sets and 1 lighter, or 1 heavy set, 2 lighter, usually 3 sets, or just 2 heavy sets, and move on. It really just depends on what the exercise is and how it feels. So this is my third set. It is on a lighter weight, and what I decided to go for here is a rest pause. So when I do a rest pause, I typically rest 12 to 20 seconds between attempts at getting as many reps as I can. So I pick a weight that I expect to get roughly 12 to 18, somewhere inside that zone, and I take it for a spin, as many reps as I can. I'll then rest 12 to 20 seconds and give it another crack. So it's 3 attempts for as many reps as I can get. And yeah, typically by the end of this, you're absolutely wrecked. So I will never do anything after a rest pause. A rest pause will be the last thing I do for that exercise. So I won't like do a rest pause and then do another set afterwards or something like that. It's usually like, don't like to use the word finisher, but it's like I said, last thing I'll do. It helps give you more failure points, so bring a little bit more intensity and accumulate a few more reps as well. Obviously, I think this set ended up being like 25 reps. Whereas if you take a lightweight for 25 reps, to get a 25 rep failure on one attempt is pretty lame, man. You kind of just spend your first 15, 18 reps not really feeling much. So like a rest pause gives you 3 failure points, gives you another attempt. And yeah, gives an awfully gnarly pump. So, from there we moved on to another one of my favorites. I did say at some point while I was doing this that you'll hear me say this a lot. One of my favorite exercises, and there's a reason for that, dudes. It's like I just tend to do my favorite exercises. If it don't feel good, I don't do it. And I think that's been key for me. That's something I've only employed recently in my training. I mean, I've been training for many years, dudes. I've been training for 12 years, maybe even 13. I'm getting on a little bit. And I spent a lot of that time doing movements that I think you should do. I was like, oh, you have to do this movement, so let's do it. And really not getting anywhere with it. Even the way I do things, man. I did lateral raises for many years. Not really doing it correctly. Hold that thought. Look at what I'm doing with my lats. Okay, kind of flaring. That is how I do my lateral raises. It helps me keep tension on the delt. A lot of people complain that there's no tension at the bottom. Just flare your lats a little bit, puts your upper arm out at an angle, and it helps you keep tension on. I think on this one I went for, again, 2 heavier sets, 1 lighter set. Pretty much a theme at the moment. So yeah, how that ended up looking is I used 16 kilos. I think I got 12. I don't know. I'm not really counting, I'll be honest. I think I got 12 and then like 8 or 9. And then I dropped 4 kilos off there down to 12 kilos. And I just took for a spin for as many as I can. But yeah, absolutely one of my favorite movements. I think the guys in the past who have done this have got really good delts. But it is an easily butchered exercise. So make sure you do it in a position, in a way that you can really feel the tension on the delt. And you're golden. All right, I'm going to leave you in silence. I feel like I'm talking a bit too much. So just finish this set. Nice. All right. I then went on to, surprise, one of my favorite tricep exercises, rope push down. I do tend to use the bar, or have been known to use the bar quite a lot. But obviously with a bar you can do more weight. And your elbows can get a bit cranky sometimes, dude. So I switched to the rope. I feel like the pump is much greater on the rope. You do have to use a lighter weight. And I make that even a little bit lighter than it should be. So I think I get 14 reps here, which is the highest I've done in a while. And that is purely because with the rope, if it's too heavy, it's difficult to coordinate it perfectly. So start light, get a few good reps in before it gets tough, and then grind out some of the remainders.
Anyway, we're gonna run it again, man. Man. Yeah, a little bit less weight. Alright, let's get on with another set. Drop the weight, and we go. Bang. Oh.
Okay, so microphone died again, but don't worry, I just disconnected it after this set, so you'll hear me just on the video camera mic, so you won't have to hear me speaking over this again. But okay, me again. So like I said, tricep dips on this thing, same exercise you saw me doing on Tuesday, but that was nice and wide. Pecs, boom. So here we go, nice and close. You'll see what I'm trying to do is get my shoulders as close to my wrists as possible. Choose much elbow bend. More elbow bend, more triceps. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, man, that's me done. Hey, it's me. Here we go. So it's me done. Push day in the bag. What I'm gonna do now, I think, is do a little bit of a physique check, pump check. See where we're at. Boom. Physique always looks best with a pump, chest pump. And that's it. I'm gonna go home, charge the microphone, and we'll be back for legs tomorrow. What is this? Looks okay. Oh man, all right. How are we looking? Looking okay, actually. Huh? Boom. Yeah, man, we're okay. Not really gonna fully get the legs out. Tomorrow is leg day, so I haven't trained legs now in just over, 10, 11 days. They're looking okay. Looking a little flat, I think. Feeling fine, man. To be honest, all I can see in this camera is my fucking arms. Here you go. Boom. I like that. Might put these bad boys away for now. For this one. Boom. Alright, that's all she wrote. See you tomorrow for some legs.